Hey, everybody.
Um, have you shared your screen? Are you presenting?
I am not presenting. Hey, everybody. George just reminded me that if we're going to do this video, I need you to see also. And there you go. Now you can see it. Okay, you being the audience. So this is me and George. um, and we were a little short on time this morning, and we're trying to figure out what to do. And I had recently put together a simple 3Q game for a student. And thought, well, that might be a good thing to do. And so George is he hasn't seen the game. He's going to go through the moves. And when there's something to do, he'll try to predict the move. Because I tried to play pretty straightforward. And we'll just see how it goes. It may turn into a silly nothing. It may turn into something wonderful. Who knows? Okay, so I think we're ready. So go, George.
Okay. Okay. I imagine that if Black played 4-4, you probably would kick it off one. But as Black did that, you might well play the 4-4 point, and you do.
Yeah, he knows my style. And so that was anything's fine, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we don't need to respond here. And there is a 3-4 enclosure that hasn't been finished or approached. But then again, it's actually that move.
And what's the premise of this game?
It's just to play basic, right?
Therefore,
Therefore, just respond.
yeah, I think that's what I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in a real game, I'm going to play R15 like always, right? Break up the board,
Yeah.
get things moving, get your options moving. But there's absolutely nothing wrong with this. Where
Okay.
now?
So now there's no need for white to respond. White's completely healthy. The first thing that comes to my mind is that we still have this unfinished corner.
There you go.
But this is Kobayashi. So, but I know you like to honor Mr. Yang and to play R15. So I played R15.
Yes, I do.
Hey, there we go.
I forgot about that. It's exactly why I do it.
Because most, I mean, this is very common, right? This kind of moves.
Yeah, that's more like in the old days. Nowadays,
Okay,
everyone plays all
okay,
four. Yeah.
interesting. Okay, tight pinch. Okay. Well, I know you like P16, but I know there's one pinch where you don't tend to play it, and I'm trying to think if I think that's when Black plays high, actually.
Yeah, the high
So
tight pinch, the nice move press doesn't work well. Yeah.
yeah. So I think you press here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Only move, block.
Only move.
Okay. So we have two groups. Well, I guess officially speaking, we have one group and one split off stone. And we want to play from our weakness, from our important stones, which are stones. So the first thing that comes to mind is a Atari at P14.
So
But
getting
then there's
our
also
main group out. Yeah.
exactly, and I guess another thing we could consider is Q13. Sweet played,
Which
yeah.
is cut, and this one's not. So yeah, more
Yeah,
basic.
and then you fix with the tiger's mouth, I assume. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, no cuts.
I had a hard time with this move.
Yeah, we are kind of out. We are out. So we're breaking that sector line
Yeah.
between these two stones. Um, However, we still have, I would say, a weak group. So playing away now wouldn't make any sense, I don't think.
Get your AB
I
marker out.
guess
I want to see some of your ideas here as you're talking.
so. My thinking is that we have this stone at D that we can use to our advantage because it's taking a liberty off those two stones. So I think because of that, I would be considering a move around here. Um, I would kind of look into this and read into this a little bit.
I took control there. Let's start with these two and tell me if you think they're good, bad. How would one?
Well, in both cases, we're pushing from behind.
Okay.
That doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a bad move, of course, but it's something
Okay.
that's good to
Let's.
keep in mind.
You're absolutely right. I'm going to change that.
Okay. A and B. Yeah. Okay. So we kind of have two ways to go. One thought that comes into mind is to lean on the stronger of the two enemy groups and then to come back and to attack the weaker one. And there's many more stones in the A area for black. So I might think of kind of pressing at A and then coming back at B. Because if we
So
press at
playing
B,
A and B.
yeah, if we press at B, then we can do it A, I don't think. There's many black stones in that area. We can reduce black perhaps, but
Play
what we're
that
trying
out
to
for
do
me.
is just say again.
Play that out. Play your idea out.
Okay, so I can imagine black pushing here perhaps. I don't know if that's a good move actually, but I mean this kind of thing comes into well actually that's not attacking black, is it?
You were thinking P11 getting out, attacking the other group. So let's do that so we can look at the board.
P11. Here, you
I
mean?
believe that was your idea, right?
Yeah, I don't really consider this an attack because black can just come out here, no? I guess for it to be an attack, I would think more about this kind of move, but that this might be an overplay.
Okay.
Another thing is just to, I guess, to press on that group, and as we press black, we're going to build up strength in the center.
Okay. Play that out a little bit. Now, for viewers, this is what you need to do. You run it through real quick, as basic as you can, and make a decision if you like it or don't like it. So you like it or don't like it.
I mean, we're out with quite some thickness, I would say.
Okay, stop right there.
I think it's
Just a second, just a second. That part is not thick in any way, shape, or form. This part is not thick in any way, shape, or form. White is not thick. White is out, but white was already out. And we've helped black on top and the right. He was weak on top and on the right. That's the exact process I went through. So, well, I'll get out this way. Oh, but that helps him. Well, then I'll get out this way. Well, that helps him. Well, then I'll get out. Hey, I'm already out. Oh, so that's what was hard for me, is getting to the point, realizing that, well, I'm already out and I don't want to help him on either side. Therefore, what?
play away.
Don't play away from the action.
Yeah. Well, if we're already out, I mean, like S17, for example, comes to mind, I guess.
Which,
And we've basically we're kind of out, and so run before living comes to mind. We got our group out, and now we can come back and play a kind of a living type move.
so our main group, we're out, and if we get out even more, it helps black. Well, we do have the A stone. So I decided, well, what if I get working the A stone now? And I decided, oh, everything I read out started looking great. Now, the most common, straightforward way to use the A stone is at B. So that's how I found that, how I went for it. I didn't like any getting out move, then realize I'm already out. So let's use the Agi of A and move forward based on that. No commitments. We don't know what's going to happen, but we'll start with the basic stuff.
But presumably, even though we're out, we're not settled, right?
Right. So this is an asking question.
Okay.
I was like, okay, then please tell me how I should respond here.
Yeah.
That's what white B is about, is having black tell us.
Okay. I guess I would be worried that black would build up strength and that would hurt our initial group.
Oh, in your variation, he got incredibly strong. We forced him to. We asked him to. Here, we're bothering him, making him weak.
Yeah. Were you playing out variations then? Because might be having some problems.
No,
you weren't.
I don't know if I assume that's our tree, you and me.
Can you just move along the tree for a second? Because I think I'm not seeing what you're seeing.
Okay. Well, you have control. I'm happy to take control.
Okay.
So
okay.
we're
No,
here.
I think yeah. I think we're okay. I think we're okay. Yeah. Sure.
You
So
have control again.
Okay. Let's see what black played. Okay. So black is saying he wants to live in the corner, which I guess means that we have kind of more flexibility on the outside, because now, for example, a move like this means more because we have stones
Uh-huh.
at our disposal here.
Mm-hmm.
But we're already out. Again, we don't need to get out once again, so there's no need to play that move as far as I can see.
Good.
Black played an inside move, so I mean maybe just connect and let black figure out how he's going to live in there.
So it's just pretty much another asking move. Yeah. So we're on a path here. I mean, his corner's in terrible jeopardy.
Yeah. And again, this is an inside move, so I think you just block it S15. Oh, no. Okay.
That was my first impression too. But go ahead and put a white stone there in the block.
Oh, sec.
Yeah, put a white stone there.
Yeah.
That's my first idea. But then it's like, oh, I'm in pretty big trouble here. I don't have time to attack him. So first, I'll get my stones healthy. Now, my main group, nothing's changed. I'm still out. But now, if I stop him, he's in trouble.
But this move is an attack on white, right? Because we could run in this direction, and now we can't.
It was an attack on our main group. But again, our main group is out.
Okay.
And our secondary group. Go ahead.
I guess what I find difficult about this way of play is that so black plays here, this move, and that's an attack on our main group. But we don't have time to defend our main group. We have other stones that we need more help. So I'm kind of worried that this move might be taking up, say, our third option for help for our main group, which means that suddenly we don't have time to defend both groups.
Yes. Yeah, so we're in the middle of a fight, and black is weak.
Yeah.
Which adds another option to our health.
Okay, sure.
So, yeah, granted, this is very complex, but we know if we block at S15, it's not going to work. First of all, we're not gaining an eye.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Black can just kill us on top. So it's just a false direction. It doesn't serve any purpose. So instead, we get our A group out. Now we can attack the corner. Black says no. And then?
Okay. Well, the first thing that comes to mind is, can we capture those 2 stones? Because that capture would be huge. And I think we can.
Yes, it would be huge. You got to read it out. George is reading.
Yeah, it works, doesn't it?
Yeah, it works.
Yeah.
Isn't that a wonderful flow?
Yeah, for sure.
This whole thing came together so nicely by, in my opinion, playing just basic moves.
Yeah.
Now, defining them, what makes them basic? Gosh, it's so hard to state those things clearly. But I thought it was a good example. And the result is just like this flower in the center of a desert. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So where was it? So this move,
that my main group is out, so getting out doesn't mean a lot. That was that's a big turning point in the decision. And therefore we started here.
Yes. So this move, I mean, I don't know, it doesn't seem that basic to me, but I guess it's an asking move. And the way black responds, of course, determines how we follow up with this move. But yeah, I struggle. Because in a sense, things get quite complicated quite quickly. Instead of us having our main group, we settle and we move on with the game, we kind of ask a tricky question, and then before we know it, things get quite complex.
Yeah. Now, this is true. And this is the nature of Go. Go is you can't even, you want to say profoundly complicated, but that doesn't even begin to get it. It's infinitely complicated. Well, almost literally. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty darn literal. More than there are quarks in the universe.
Even like with this one mistake, the game would become quite tricky for whites, I think.
Yeah, really could get bad. But two weak groups, which one needs more help? This one does. So we go there, boom, boom, and it all fits together. Beautiful little sequence.
Okay, so black plays away, which I think is reasonable because the only concern on how it's black is these 2 stones, but they're very light.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, having said that, throwing a white stone in the middle is also quite tempting.
Yeah, because white has quite a wall. Yeah.
Yeah. So
now, I had a particular reason, a particular thought about that top move. What would stop me from playing
this move?
17? Yeah.
I think we can consider this as a vague attack in the early opening.
True. Pretty big area, though. I mean, white has a
Yeah,
7 stone high wall.
but I don't see how it's going to be that severe because, yeah, black links up a stone. Um, I think black's going to
Okay,
be relatively comfortable here.
okay, that's all understandable. But something else came to me first, and that is the odds. I've netted those stones, but there's some pretty
Mm,
serious odds there. I do
yeah.
not want to start a fight in this area where any mistake, everything collapses.
Mm,
And that's
yeah.
what this does, is it starts action in an area I can't afford any action because I
Yeah.
barely capture those stones.
Yeah.
So that was my
Nice.
reasoning for playing in the bottom left. It's not time. I'm not prepared.
Um,
That's all I wanted to say
HS,
about it.
HS, I
Oh, did
think
you
it's
get
frozen on me.
frozen onion?
Yeah, sorry, one sec.
It's okay. As he's trying to get back on KGS, uh, we know there's, for instance, any move in here, any move that's going on is going to be really hard for white. I mean, I'd always have to come back and fix the fight. So the idea of taking action here could easily spread over to the right and cause me problems. So that's why I didn't play there. And like George said, it's not exactly time anyway. So bottom left. And I thought, well, not that there's anything wrong with this, but it does balance better, one high, one low.
Mm.
You back, George?
I'm back, yeah.
Okay, you have control.
Okay. Um, Nothing urgent. What's big? Mark the areas. We have the left, we have the top, and I would say probably 3 areas in the bottom right. Um, Black's last move is kind of making quite a nice formation on the in the bottom right of the board. I think
Uh-huh.
that's more important than the top, personally.
Uh-huh.
Um,
How do we decide between C, D, or E?
well, E is clearly wider than C. I would say C is probably the smallest. It's also smaller than the corner. I don't say that with much confidence, but I somehow feel that the corner is bigger and easier as well. In fact, if we come in at C, we're going to be pushed around a lot.
Okay, so easier. You
Yeah,
started with which one's wider? And I'm like, width is the least pointer towards size. Ease,
yeah,
yes. Easy is makes things big,
yeah.
therefore D, right? Yeah.
And I mean, also, oh dear, it's so slow. Um, I think I've lost it again.
Are you out of KGS again?
Yeah,
I'll just move forward until you let me know when you get back.
yeah,
Uh, Therefore, I came here, the easiest place in the combined big area. Yeah.
yeah. I also think actually E is not especially easy to play in that area, even though
Yeah.
it's relatively wide, because
I mean,
black's
yeah.
very strong.
Yeah. I mean, it's working, but then what? Here?
Yeah,
That's kind of close to black thickness. Here? Okay. So it was easy. Give me a break. There's hardly even a group. Still going to get under attack. Yeah.
yeah.
It sounds like you're
Sure.
back.
I'm back. Yeah.
Okay. Giving you control.
Let's see if it actually works.
So,
Okay.
viewers, part of
Ah,
this exercise, this is something I learned when I was 5 done, and it really changed the game of Go for me. The idea that the game plays itself. Where should I go? Well, that depends. What's biggest? Well, this is biggest. Okay. In that big area, where's the easiest place? Right here. Exactly. The game is playing itself. So you can play at a very high level by just playing the next move. And that's like all amateur one-dones, dare I say all, when they get to one-done, the breakthrough from cue to done, it's like, what was I thinking all that time? It's so easy. You just play the next move. And so this game is playing itself, and you can see George is like, well, that means you play here. Exactly. Okay, back to you. I got a little excited.
3, early move on the board. I think there's also Peter in the option here. 0-2, only option. And now we want to consider if we can push again, which I wouldn't here, because the follow-up doesn't really mean much for both. I guess it especially doesn't mean much for white, because white's not going to sever that connection between those two stones, between A and B. But I guess
so it does break the
black
bottom territory, but that's not a big territory on this board.
Sure. Yeah. So we play away.
Where?
I guess on some boards we could consider A, but I wouldn't play it here.
Right. That makes the right very thick, and the right's not black yet.
Exactly. Yeah. But then I guess also that this move A is always black cente. Oh no, it's not cente, right?
The trick there is
push. Yeah.
Now we can play away.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's a nice trick to know. Being able to pick up a whole move.
Yeah.
I mean,
huge.
Something I've been doing with students recently is the idea of black passes. Well, why? Well, that's a terrible move. But you just gave white cente. That's like passing. You can't just play a moving gote. That doesn't mean a lot. Yeah. Okay. So we can play away to where?
Well, I guess with black's newfound wall, that builds up the right quite a bit. So
Yes,
that's
it does.
where my attention would go straight away. It's I'm going to say clearly the biggest part of the board at this point. And I'll also look into this the peep here. Oh dear.
Go ahead. The peep at P5.
Yeah. Lance, maybe if you take control. I'm having internet problems, and I can.
Okay. George is looking at this move.
Yeah.
But as it is, black's not particularly weak on either side. Maybe if I'd played here and hadn't responded, then when I cut, it really bothers a group. But yeah, so I decided too early.
Yeah.
So then the question, how to get in area 1? So
yeah,
the most natural way in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you back?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah. But I think it's best if you keep control, because yeah, and I'll just shout coordinates. Okay, I think here we can just push.
Push, because black's next move here, we don't like him turning. Our move became nothing. Right, so push again.
And now all of a sudden, S4 is looking more appealing, because we
good. George is getting so strong. So area 1, so big. Boom, 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 boom. Completely dealt with. Now what's big? The right. Kaboom. Oh, that works out. So, the timing there. I love that timing. As white, I'm just like, and then he's going to play here, and I'm going to get that move, and it's all wonderful. Okay. Where to?
Okay. Yeah, the left or the top. Those two areas I'll be considering now.
Yeah.
I guess if we play in area one, actually, I think I know where you might play. D18 is a move that kind of takes the corner. It prepares for the attack at 2.
Okay, George. Exciting me. Okay. Area one. Oh, what a big move. We're going to play in Area one. Wait a minute. Area one is a completely one-purpose move that doesn't take cash. Area two will all come in and attack. Well, like George said, they're light stones. If I take the corner, they're no longer light stones. That means I get the corner for free or an excellent attack. Yes.
And so those stones are no longer light because the attack will suddenly be severe where it wasn't before.
Right. There's so many ways for black to just settle. And great, well, then I'll go after the other stone. Well, you can always, find a way out. So it's like it really doesn't do anything necessarily. But once this is in, okay, some black is gonna be very weak in this whole. That's like a third of the board up top and center. Yeah. Good. I'm glad you found that move. How to respond here?
There are the moves that come to mind. Yeah, exactly, A and B. But we don't need to respond. Good to keep in mind. But I think if we respond, we're keeping black weak, and black owes a move there.
Yeah.
So I think we might as well respond and take the corner, the profit in the corner.
Yes. For me, I almost always play this move because, my corner's getting bigger. Oh, this is going great. It's like, just a second. I just helped black. And his weakness is worth more to me than some extra points. So I just went, I'll take the corner. Black is weak.
Yeah, nice.
So I get the corner for free. Now, I'm not saying that the other one's bad, but the idea is like, why are you helping black? Okay.
Black doesn't
this
respond.
Was a hard one.
Okay, yeah, getting complicated. Well, I feel like black should have responded. Yeah, so black has just essentially added another stone to F17. So his position has become heavier, and still there's that gaping hole at H17. So unless we need to respond in the bottom left, which I don't think we do, then I would rather follow up in the top left.
Okay, so you're saying he ignored, let's attack.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
And then?
Yeah, my concern was that the position on the bottom is rather unusual in the sense that he's very thick there.
Black has extra stones here. I'm undercut on both sides, and I'm thinking, that's how I'm going to lose the game. If I go attack black on top, a good player is going to say, I don't care about that. You're as weak as I am. And all of a sudden, black's going to get so many extra stones here in Sente and then say, great, go ahead and take whatever you want. I will get out. And my gain will be so small on top, but his gain will be so big in the bottom left. So that, okay, I need to respond here.
Okay. Yeah, my first thought is A. We're helping from a distance.
My first thought.
Although
but it doesn't solve the problem.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so we need more than just a bit of help.
Oh,
And also with B, we're kind of stepping into black's area, which is kind of
yeah,
nice, I guess.
but we're getting out when we're already out.
Okay.
That sounds so, and it's like, have I really attacked either black stone? No. I felt
So
like I was
there's
doing nothing other than getting out when I'm already out. It just made no sense to me.
D2 still
And
uncut.
this has a follow-up. Uh-huh. But it also has, I didn't like the Aji left behind.
Yeah,
This isn't
sure.
necessarily the best way for white to play, but we're seeing, I don't know, I still didn't feel like I'm gaining safety. Oh, the premise is, oh, I'm going to be attacking black. Really? We're the weak ones here. I didn't like this premise of I'll be aggressive. I'll do something so that no, I'm just going to live, and I may as well make it big life. Boom, boom,
Okay.
boom. No Aji,
Nice.
absolutely alive, and now black is very weak on the left. Now you can also
Mm,
play it this way, but there's just a little bit of Aji in the corner for later that I can. It doesn't work now, but it can work later. But this move,
mm,
no Aji, and
nice.
it's a well-known move. I've seen a lot of pros play this one, and I've seen them get in trouble later because of
Mm,
it. And I'm like, why'd you play there? Well, because you see, hey, you got in trouble, not me. So
mm,
like, yeah. So you can see why I chose this path.
yeah.
Now, for listeners, that does not mean this is the best move. That doesn't mean that any of our moves are the best move. We're just searching for basic, rational, what's the next idea? We're not talking professional nine down here. Talking about, I did this, I created this game, played against Crazy Stone, that's what this is, for a student that was having some trouble, and I wanted to make an example of 3Q thinking, just play straightforward. We're not looking for best moves here. Rational, good moves. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Well, that doesn't put any pressure on our group on the top.
At all.
Um, and also black's relatively healthy, I would say. Um, well, I see two clear options. Actually, the third one is a bit ambiguous. Um,
I know one is you're thinking about area one. Not that it's big, but it bothers black so much. What's your other idea?
well, I was actually talking about the black stones on the left just then.
Ah,
I was saying that I think they're relatively healthy. I mean, they have two clear options.
and I think
Um,
three options. Because if we ask, is this a valid option for health? Well, that depends. Does it have a next move? Yeah, white hates that. So I would say that's very
yeah.
valid. So it's a healthy group.
Um,
Any other ideas other than area one?
yeah. Well, one thing would be, I guess, to lean on the A group, so we can come back and hit it. Sorry, and then eventually play one. But
Okay, so play area one or lean on A so that we can play area one. So that's one idea. Play area one in some fashion, leaning, not leaning. Uh-huh. Any other ideas?
um, there's something like F2 comes to mind, but I think it's not really necessary because I think we already have the corner in the bottom left.
Uh-huh.
Um, I mean, black has a fair chance, I guess, of building the bottom right, but it's relatively small.
And center, which we
Um,
know isn't
yeah.
too important.
Um,
You haven't mentioned area three.
yeah, I guess I can consider it relatively.
That's
Hmm.
not a small area.
Yeah, and you can just take it away in center.
Yeah.
Pretty
Oh, I
much.
did this first. I assumed I played N2. If I was going to play this game again, I think I would start here. He's going to play here. Now it's a significantly, that's like more than 5 points difference. Then I would play here. But this timing, of course, is fine. Oh, I'm sorry. How much more time do you have? I know you're low on time today.
5 minutes or so, and then I should go.
Okay. So let's just stop the intense stuff and just watch the game proceed here. Remember now the Aji of A. Uh-oh. Trouble. So now that I see that, we will then play this connection. It's a standard way to connect when you don't want black to have his sente. I wonder if you would have found that one. I would have loved to see you find that one.
Unfortunately, I think that's a move I still have yet to have played. Because for me, L17 is just staring me right in the face, and I
it's so natural, right? Oh, that's so natural. But then, how did that happen? Yeah. So that's a classic move in these situations. He comes up, then I start in here. And now the bottom is like one of the big areas. And he gets that in Gote, but then he gets this in Sente. I mean, it's like, talk about a small corner. So I use my in game, and now he's the one with the small bottom. You can see how big in game can be. That's a big difference.
I guess H3 is probably a mistake for black there, right? It seems a bit too small, and perhaps black can grow that area.
What do you do? Here, I mean, just walk out. I mean, this could get really bad for black. So no, having some sort of defense here sure seems reasonable.
Yeah, I guess I would just try to make it bigger so that the ensuing attack will be easier for us. Like say, I don't know, F6, for example. This kind of move.
Do you mean, are you talking about this?
Yeah, something like that. I think I would try to get a bit more.
Yeah. You're certainly playing with fire here. So many vital points and spots to probe in.
Sure.
Yeah. So he plays here, which is granted, he's playing a 3Q level. He's not playing, wonderful 9-Don moves, but that is a very reasonable place to play. And then I decided, okay, looks like that center is once again becoming the big area. So I thought, okay, bring that in. Then go this way. I love going this way because his group on top is getting in trouble. And sure, I'll just grow an area. I grow mine, make sure it's 4 in a row, nice and strong. Then come in. It's a couple ways in. I figured this was fine. Take my points. Start coming in this way without being cut. And just keep working on just whittling down the next big area. So that was a good example of a game. He seemed to appreciate it when I sent it to him.
I should go, Lance, but thank you very much.
You bet. Thanks, George, for the time.
Bye-bye.
Have a great day.
You too.
Bye. Viewers, hopefully you understand this idea of the game can play itself. Let's do a little something here. Okay. From here, you can go do anything you want, right? Is there something wrong with this move? No. But which is bigger? Which is more important? The unfinished corner or a finished corner? A's unfinished. Okay. A's unfinished, and we can see the top area is getting exciting for black, getting difficult for white. Oh, is it game over? Well, no, but black's getting everything he loves. So this becomes a natural move, and that's the meaning of this kind of play, is to play a natural game. And once you do that, if you can do that, I have a number of students presently trying to just what's basic, natural, take care of your groups, attack his groups. Once you achieve that, and George is getting really close to doing it consistently, then you can say, well, yeah, but I want to do something different today. I want black to play this way because I know I'm not behind, and proving that, that gets exciting. What do you do? Where do you play? You know, how do you play from this position? It's very interesting, and you start learning new stuff. And fighting early, picking a fight early in the game. Well, that's not optimum play. Yeah, but now we're in this amazing game. Who's going to be the better fighter? You know, there's lots, you can do anything you want. But this game today is an example of basic moves. Okay, hope you learned something. I had fun. Catch y'all later.